welcome back to The Groomsman. I'll be your host, Jonathan. Today I'm using 42 by Barrister & Mann. This is in their current omnibus base. I do have it in the previous base, but I did a trade for this a while back in the omnibus just because I like that base so much. Obviously the artwork is a riff off of the Douglas Adams series Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, as is the name, 42. Just the answer to the question. Anyways, I'm not going to get wrapped up in that. Petunias, ambergris, tea, Pain Galactic Gargle Blaster, which is basically lemon sugar. And it smells really good. I mean, if you like tea scents, it's very tea and lemony. The lemon's a little bit, the lemon is sweet because it's kind of got that sugar, that lemon sugar scent to it. And the petunias are actually really nice. That floral, I wouldn't have thought I would like that, but the little bit of floral in there kind of elevates the rest of the scent. And that ambergris is kind of tying it all together. It's really nice. I like it. I like tea scents. This is a really good one. It's currently not available. It was a annual release on around Tal Day, I think is usually when he put it out, which is celebrating Douglas Adams novels. And then he didn't do it this year. So I don't know if it's going to come back again as a special release at some point or not. But you can find it on the buy sell trade page, but it's not currently available. Got it all lathered up here with the vintage Made Right with a modern 2-band Bodhi Badger Knot. Omnibus is one of my favorite bases. Probably my favorite base. It's really close up there. It's number one. I like the Omnibus base. What's number 2 and 3 was really close. It's thick. You guys don't like a thick shaving soap? Even though it's really well hydrated. It's very dense, which I like. I think it provides a little extra protection. I like a dense shaving soap. Takes a lot of water, or can take a lot of water depending on how you like it. The soap itself is kind of soft, pretty soft, a little tacky, which is a little bit different compared to the previous one, which is a little bit firmer. Just painted a little bit of water in there. It wasn't dry, but could use some more water. Alright, I think we're good to go. So for the razor today, continuing my straight shaving adventures. On week 2, I think I did 3 shaves, maybe 4 shaves last week with the straight. All my shaves, I'm still doing it. I'm maintaining the 30 days, basically the month of December, where I'm going to do the first pass with a straight and then clean up with the DE or an SE. And then next month I'll look into start adding to that first pass. I'm going to do my neck and then eventually at some point incorporating my cheeks against the grain, which is the most difficult pass, at least for me. So this one I got here is a red imp, number 133, it says on the side. Red imp, if you can see that. Catch that light. And then it says special razor steel made for Morris Manufacturing Company, Solingen, Germany. So I know there's a bunch of different red imps, square tips and wedges and everything else. This is a standard hollow ground, round tip. It's a nice size razor. I won this at an auction on the Shade Chapel. There was somebody that was, passed away, and they were selling some of his shaving stuff with his wife. The mod of the group was working with his spouse, his widow, and they were doing raffles and stuff, this huge giant raffle, and then they had all these things to give away. Well, not give away, but to raffle away to raise money for his spouse and everything. And for his, anyway, that's how that all went. And I donate some money to this whole benefit to his family and everything that he left behind. And I ended up, my number got drawn and I picked this up. Yeah. Had it honed. I had a lot of growth. I don't think I said that before I started shaving here. If you didn't notice, I haven't shaved in like, I don't even know, 4 days? 5 days? not the smoothest. I don't know if it's me. I had this home, I've had it for a while and I've used it and I straw it, so I might have. The edge might not be as good as it was. It might be because I have so much growth. I wish I'd left the giraffe out here. What am I doing? Left hand, left on my face. I'm sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot. Trying to not cut myself. I tend to go very slow with these. I do wish I'd left that giraffe razor right here that I used on the last video just so I could compare to this one with this much growth. I think I left it on my shelf in my closet where I put some of my stuff though. I have a lot of stuff on my bathroom sink. I have a couple small razor stands of the stuff that I use often, and then I have like a shelf where I have some of my most often used shave soaps and brushes and aftershaves and all that stuff. But because I tend to collect razors, I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to shave soaps. I have all this extra stuff I don't have room for. So I incorporated another shelf in there. I mean, it's working. It's not like the smoothest. It's hard to tell. It's hard for me to tell if it's a blade or if it's the growth and the blade. I don't know. This was shaved by a guy on Facebook. He offered to do it for free, which was very generous. You want to review, basically, he's trying to work on being a Hohenmeister and offering his services out there. I told him it was hard for me to give him a really good review or anything because I don't have any knowledge to compare it to. I got that line where like this hair goes this way and this hair goes this way and this hair goes this way. So it always makes that line a little bit more difficult to get. Definitely clears the hairs though. That wasn't bad. Sorry, I just realized I let that water run in. When I get around the edge of that goatee, it's a little challenging, but not impossible. Got one little nick right there. Well, one little scratch myself right there. That was a pretty good pass. I'm happy with it. I'm going to be really excited to get these razors back from Razor Emporium, the professionally honed razors. So I can compare, you know, what this one is versus that one and what maybe it should feel like. It's hard to know with one. I did have another razor honed by someone on Facebook. I did pay for it. That razor, it's hard to tell if it was the hone or if it's just that razor. It's a much smaller width than this. It's not quite as thick as this blade. It's, I don't know, a little bit smaller. And the same kind of grind. It's still a hollow grind, but it came out like, the blade is very sharp. The hone was very sharp, but it feels very, I don't know, it feels not so great on the face, like not as smooth. It's very sharp, but not as smooth. I don't use it that often, but maybe I'll try it again. Oh, got a couple of weepers there. Do some cold water splash, we'll come back for the second pass. I lied, warm water splash. Just getting some more hydration on the face for that lather. We're gonna finish up here with the winning. I'm calling it the winning 1.5 here. So I was curious, a couple people asked me about the blade feel. Some people reported it. It does have a little bit more, when I used it on my shade that I did in my review, it does feel like it has a little bit more blade feel than the original, which is kind of weird. They're both neutral blade exposure. He didn't change the geometry really at all that I could tell, or that he listed on his website. So it's interesting that there's a little bit more blade feel. I know I'm not the only one that said that, but somebody asked me about it in the comments. I'm like, well, it does feel a little bit more blade feel. So what I did, I think it might be attributed to this little chamfering or whatever you want to call it, those on that faceplate edge there, those little ridges. Now he made those to help, because some people had issues with suction with the original winning, and he did kind of attribute that to a lot of metals. That's why he kind of shortened the top cap up a little bit. So he decreased that a little bit and then made it so that these ridges would break up any suction that happened. There wouldn't be that smooth surface of metal to stick. That was the theory, and it worked. I mean, I didn't get any suction at all with the winning 2.0, but I kind of like the winning 1.0. So I'm curious if so I have the bottom cap, the new winning 2.0 bottom cap, but I have the winning 1.0 smooth top cap. So that face is smooth. It's also a lower, the 1.0 is a higher profile head. This one he smoothed out the top, took off some of the metal there. But the profile is still the same, they fit exactly the same. The blading and geometry, that hasn't changed. Okay, yep. So yeah, I would say that just based off that one little pass there, was really easy to feel. This chamfering, that's what's contributing to that slight increase in blade feel. Let's look at that. I had a couple of weepers right there. Did nick myself low with the straight razor. With the original top cap and the new base plate, super smooth. I mean, they were super smooth before. Less blade feel, that's what I'm going for. There's almost no blade feel with this. You can hear it working. I don't know if you can on the camera or not, but the winning has always been a little bit audible. I don't know, maybe this is a little bit more audible than with the original base plate. you can hear more blade than you can feel with this one. This is fantastic. So I don't know. I haven't left a formal review on Yates' website yet. Not for any particular reason. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. There probably will. I still love the Winning 2.0. But I like the top cap from the original Winning better. And so that's what I'll say in my review. Maybe, I don't know if enough people will try it this way that had the original or that have both. I mean, I imagine not everyone that had the original bought the new one because they already have one. Not everyone's, a maniac like me that buys multiple razors. But maybe Jake at some point will, if I talk to him about it, I have no sway with him, by the way. I don't want him to sound like that. I've not ever talked to the gentleman before. But in the review, I'm going to suggest having top cap options. There's nothing wrong with that top cap. I just like the feel of this one, of no blade feel, but super glass smooth efficiency. We should stop bleeding. It's not bleeding a lot. It's just kind of sitting there. The cold water splash will probably take care of it. But if not, I got a styptic pencil. I've never used one of those. They're made out of like powdered alum. And I kind of made it into like a pencil shape. You just get the end wet and then dab it on your cut. Seals it up. Does sting quite a bit. But it only lasts for a second. That one is from Clubman, and I bought it from the grocery store for like 99 cents. But they're all the same. They're basically just powdered alum compressed with some other ingredient to make it stick, and they form them into these like pencil type things. You just pull it out. Easy peasy. Yeah, I definitely like this more with the original cap. It doesn't feel any less efficient. I do, that lather goes through the base plate. You guys want to see this? The lather goes through those lather channel, that new built lather channel, really nice. Rinse is super easy. So I feel like I'm getting all the benefits of the new Winning, but still using that old top cap there. I guess I don't get the slightly diminished profile head because he's chopped off some of that material at the top. But I'll live. I don't have to worry about getting inside my, corners of my nose or anything around. So I don't mind the profile. Super smooth. I love this razor. It was like ridiculously pleasant to use, even against the grain. I do have a Voshkot in here, first use. Very smooth blade. Like all blades, there's, your mileage may vary. Some people like them, some people don't. You'll always like these when I first tried them out, and I got like a blade sampler when I first started DE shaving. And it's one of the few blades where my opinion has not changed. Some of them I have. I initially liked Gillette Platinums when I first tried them out. I think I had a different version of them though. The ones I had black wording on the blade. And then I was like, oh, I really like these and they're fantastic. And then I bought a 100-pack of them off Amazon, and the typing on the blade was almost like see-through, like you could barely see it. And I don't know if that was a different factory, a different something I could never find. There was like rumors and other conjectures from other people in like groups and forums and whatever, but I could never find an answer, except that I didn't like those ones. I assumed they would be the same, but then when I used them, I did not like them as much as I liked the ones with the black text on them. And so I tried buying other ones. There's like Swedish made Gillette Platinums or something, and a light blue pack. I tried those. But none of them were as good as those ones with the black text, and so I just gave up with the Gillette Platinums. This is basically my touch-up pass right here. Sometimes I go, instead of just straight across, straight up and down, I kind of do this at an angle thing. I like the J hook a little bit. Super smooth. I like this a lot better with this smooth top cap. It just takes away a little bit of that blade feel, which is the only thing that's really different. And I like it better. It's smoother. And the BBS I get from this is like beyond. Oh, I missed one of those right here. It's like glass smooth. I know, levels of BBS, it's dumb, right? I agree. I don't know why you say that, but it's true. And some shaves where it's like, wow, that's really close, super smooth shave. And like 4 hours later, you got growth. I'm not really judging this based off how long it'll last, although it will last a while. But it is smoother than the average berry. Even my daughter's noticed it. I was playing with my 4-year-old, and she put her hand on my face and like made a funny look and was like, wow, that's really smooth, Daddy. And then she was rubbing her cheek against mine. I was like, yeah, that was a good shave. All right, that's it. No touch-ups. Do a cold water splash and see if these roll up. And if not, the old stupid pit, so I'll stand by. I'll be right back for post-shave. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. Did have to use a septic pencil. Just got the end wet a little bit and then rubbed it on the 2 little spots that wouldn't close up. And they're doing fine now. It does sting a little when you first put it on there, and then it's just fine. I just rinse mine off and I dry it off so it doesn't stay wet. If you put it back in the tube wet, it'll keep breaking down. So I just make sure I dry it off, and then I stick it back in the tube it came from. It's got like some little holes in there for airflow so it dries out. So just in case it's a little damp, it doesn't stay that way. Keep the lid on there. Works pretty well. If you leave that stayed on, if you don't like rinse that off eventually, it'll turn into like a white chalky spot on your face wherever you rubbed it, because that alum doesn't go away, it just kind of dries out. And then you got this white chalky weird looking stuff there, but it'll rinse off with a splash. So that's what I used today. 42 matching lemon tea, a little sugary, little ambergris, little petunias. It was a superb shave. I can talk about briefly later. I'm really looking forward to getting those razors back from Razor Emporium. Those 2 straights I sent out to have freshly honed and polished, and the one I got new scales on it. That Stay Sharp, I'm really looking forward to that Stay Sharp. It looks awesome. They did get it last week. I did check over the weekend, and they did update the little portal they have if you're doing services there. So they did get it. And it was all in process where they kind of look at it and make sure that, you know, the services that they're going to provide can be done. Some people like send in maybe a DE to get fixed or whatever, and then they look at it and be like, no, this razor is too far gone. Like, I can't plate it because of like pitting or whatever. So they go to make sure everything's copacetic with the razor first and assess it. and then stick it in the queue. On the website for normal day-to-day business, this is usually about a week turnaround for straight razors for services. But at the bottom of the portal, when I was looking at all the status update stuff, it's that little thing like, hey, this is how far we're at in plating services and da-da-da-da, and straight razor services. And it says straight razor services are about 2 weeks turnaround right now. So a little worried I might not get it for Christmas. Maybe I'll get it just in time for Christmas. So first week of December, it depends on how shipping goes. I could get it before Christmas. I might not get it till after if shipping ends up being a hassle on the way back. That was fantastic though. I didn't have any burn. I was a little surprised. I thought I might have a little irritation from a straight razor shave just because it wasn't as smooth. And I think maybe just because it was due to that hard growth. I don't know. I had a pretty significant beard going on there. I hadn't shaved in a while. But it didn't burn at all. I mean, this is a really nice alcohol-based splash. I've had a couple bad shaves and then used this, and you can tell. But this was really good. The winning is winning, man. I love this razor. I do love the original top cap a little bit more than the new chamfered one. And that's where the blade feel came from. I don't know. It's crazy to think that little difference there, that smooth base plate versus that chamfered base plate, causing well, not causing, but allowing a bit more blade feel. But having used them both ways, that's definitely it. Like, there's nothing else changed on this edge. That, you know, there's no more blade exposed, or you know, there's no more positive exposure or anything. It's just that. I don't think the removing of the metal on the top would cause any difference at all, because I'm not even putting that part against my face. So it's got to be that process of elimination. When you've eliminated all other possibilities, what remains is it. So I like the old cap, new base plate, perfect combo, and that was a shave. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna continue on my straight shave adventures. Looking forward to getting to those. I like flick some water at you. Looking forward to getting to those professionally honed razors back, hopefully sooner rather than later. Nice red amp though. It was fun to use. Hopefully I'm gonna get better at this straight razor shaving there. A couple more weeks, two and a half more weeks, and I think I'll start incorporating the kind of against the grain, with the grain, or across the grain pass on my neck, like an up pass on my neck. So that's going to be the process. Hope you enjoyed the shave. I certainly did. That winning was amazing, and I'll see you here next time.